Broadcasting live from the WDCE studios out of the University of Richmond. You're listening to 90.1 FM from the most trusted puppet in media, reporting since Roswell. I'm Sam Newsman, and this is Saturday morning. I want to thank everyone, of course, for joining into the show. Let's see here. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let's see. Oh, yeah. I've got all kinds of stuff up here and running. Is the Sam Cam up? There we go. There we go. Oh, there it is. Of course, there's the Sam Cam right here. Broadcasting live, of course, WDCE 90.1 FM out of the University of Richmond. We also have the Sam Cam up live and running. We have the Sam Cam up over here on Instagram. Hello, Instagram land. We're also over here on YouTube as well. It's called simulcasting. If you're not familiar with it, yeah, that's when a radio broadcast professional is able to stream and broadcast on multiple channels at once. So I know some people out there aren't really familiar with that and how that all works out. But I tell you what, don't worry about it, because here I am as a trusted media professional doing it better, and well, of course, doing it better than anyone else can. Well, any human, that is. I mean, so that's really the point of it all. Shout out to Triple D first. Triple D's being first in the chat. I say first Lone Dragon in the chat. So it's Triple D first in the chat and Instagram. Lone Dragon first in the chat over here on YouTube. I bring YouTube up and whoever's first. Do you remember doing the whole first thing? Yeah, it's an old thing that used to happen in the old internet days. You remember the old internet? When the internet was an amazing place. Yeah, the first person that would show up, well, an article would be posted, something would be, and you could comment down at the bottom. And, it was this little silly game that people would play that as soon as they saw an article would go up or wanted to be the first thing, they would type just first. They wouldn't even type a comment. They wouldn't even, go into, what they thought about the article or the post or whatever. They would just type first. So, of course, I wanted to make sure that anytime someone pops in, the first person that I see, whether it be here on Instagram or here on YouTube, no, it is first sir. It is first sir, Lone Dragon. That's absolutely right. The reason why I say first sir is because the instead of typing the T, you end up typing the R again. It's like instead of what is it? THE or TEH? Like that, because sometimes you're typing so fast that you end up not typing the correct letter. So first sir, it is first sir, indeed. But once again, like I said, this is an interactive show. And one of the things that we do here is that we do try to interact with the people that are in the chat. Shout out to DFS Infinite, DFS, 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 DFS. And everything like that. Oh, a shout out to Anime Figure Statue Collector also as well. So, like I said, people are joining in as we are starting up the show. And of course, here we are. Once again, that is the 17th day of December in the year 2022. And of course, it has been quite an interesting week for me personally. What do I mean by that? Well, nothing that you need to worry yourself about, because here I am doing what I was born to do. I was born to host on Saturday mornings, and you were born to listen. Well, because you used to watch cartoon themes, right? You used to watch cartoon themes on Saturday morning. And of course, you just leave it up to the government to ruin everything. And what they did was they passed legislation that would then just take all of the cartoons and just dump them into the toilet. And that's what happened. Now, of course, that happened in 1990. But it wasn't until 1996 that all of a sudden they decided to flush them down the toilet completely. Yes, exactly. That's right. Christmas is next week. But I'll be honest with you, Christmas is every Saturday morning when I show up. Because here I am doing what I was born to do, host a radio show on Saturday mornings, playing cartoon themes and taking phone call requests. Once again, that's 804-289-UR90, 804-289-8790 to be a part of the show. And so of course, once again, setting the standard, raising the bar, and we are here broadcasting live at Sam Newsman on Instagram, at Sam Newsman over here on YouTube. And at Sam Newsman on Twitter as well. Santa Sam. No, wait a minute. Wait, not Santa Sam. Fleximus Claus. Yeah, that's right. Here comes Fleximus Claus. Here comes Fleximus Claus. Right down Fleximus Claus Lane. It's Saturday morning radio, and I'm on top of my game. It is the day after Flex Friday. Shout out to Jesus and Kaz. It's been a long year and of Christmas cheer, 'cause Fleximus Claus is just here. You see, like how I just do that? That's, a lot of times people can freestyle. Well, I can freestyle sing. And once again, one of my amazing talents, of course, just one of them. The other one being a real media puppet. Of course, you're sitting there wondering if you're driving down the street here in Richmond, Virginia. You're listening to WDCE 90.1 FM on the radio. Imagine just driving down the radio and hearing my beautiful voice, and then sitting there thinking, "Well, Sam, how can I actually see you?" Well, there's a couple ways you can see me: at Sam Newsman on Instagram, at Sam Newsman on YouTube, at Sam Newsman on Twitter, also on Twitter as well. No, yeah, of course, here I am, a media professional, a real media puppet, but I've not been banned by Twitter yet. I see that old Mr. Elon is starting to ban people all over the place, reporters everywhere. People getting upset about that. But here I am. I'm still here. But Lone Dragon. Lone Dragon, I hope everything is coming out okay. I hope everything is coming out okay for you over there. But shout out to Mark Cosplay. Mark Cosplay. Mark Cosplay can sing as well. Once again, I want to eventually try to do a duet. Do a duet with Mark Cosplay. Me and Mark Cosplay sing the blues. Yeah, sing the mariachi, right? Well, I don't know. We'll sing something. We can sing Christmas carols. Yeah, that's a good idea. The crew in the back over there. That's what they're saying. They say, well, you should sing Christmas carols. Yeah, I always talk about the people in the back over there. We do have. Here I am in the studio right now, but there is people behind the glass over there producing everything. Yeah, they're producing things back behind the counter, and I'm doing some things over here. I have a few buttons over here that I can press and blah blah blah, and but for the most part, we do have a crew back there behind the glass. Shout out to Citizen Germ back there, and the crew, and yes, the two guys in the black suits. Yeah, the two guys in the black suits. You guys did a great job last week. Shutting everything down after the general decided to sit there and cut me off. Well, listen, here I was doing my service, the service that I do every week, not only just playing cartoon themes, but giving you news and information the only way that a real media puppet can. Where else would you want to hear your news and information than from a real media puppet? I always get tired of all these other media puppets out there. Well, they're not even really puppets, really. You know what I mean? Because what they are is that they're just humans. Yeah, they're just humans. And I could get really upset here and get offended, knowing that people are calling humans puppets. But no, I don't. No, offense is a choice. Offense is a choice, and I choose not to be offended. No, it's okay. Because when I hear someone say, "Oh, that's just a media puppet or a political puppet or some other kind of puppet," and it's a human, all I know is that it's just jealousy. Yes, that's right. It's just jealousy because here I am, a real media puppet, doing what I do. And then there's people out there claiming that they're media puppets and pointing at other people, and they're not. And they're not. And like I said, I could get upset, but I won't get upset. Yep, nope. I could get butthurt. Fill out a butthurt report. Just Google butthurt report. That's usually what I end up giving people when people are upset with me. Because then they're like, "I can't believe you said that, Sam. I can't believe it. And you should do this, and you should do that, and you should do this over here." And it was like, well, if you wanted me to do something, then maybe you should get your own damn radio show. Because here I am, setting the standard, raising the bar, been doing this since Roswell. And I always think it's really ironic that people are like, "Well, you should be doing this, Sam, and you'd have more followers." Listen, I don't need more followers. What I need is money. So if you want to just send me money, you can get in touch with me, and I'll just give you my PayPal account. Yeah, well, you can Venmo me some cash directly, right? Hell, maybe you know what I should do? I should start up a GoFundMe. How about GoFund Sam? Maybe that's what I should do. Yeah. Well, pretty soon we're going to be having a subscription service on the website. Because I do have all of these interviews with celebrities and things out there. Yes, I do have. Yes, I have plenty of interviews with celebrities that you've never seen. Ernie Hudson. Who else? Charles Martinet. Yeah, yeah, the voice of Mario, the once voice of Mario. Oh man, he couldn't stand me. That was pretty crazy. Pretty crazy indeed. Shout out to Roundhead. Shout out to Roundhead over there. Peekaboo, peekaboo, peekaboo. I see you, Roundhead. Roundhead K2000. Are you anybody following Roundhead K2000? Take some amazing GI Joe photography. Absolutely, yeah, some really good GI Joe photography. Same thing with Triple D out there in the comments as well, taking GI Joe, GI Joe photography. Speaking of GI Joes, last year I ended up having Animal Mother Customs 80. You familiar with Animal Mother Customs 80? You should be following Animal Mother Customs 80. He did create a couple of customs for me down here over. Well, where are they? They're over there. So I don't know. I posted a picture on Instagram a little bit earlier, and you can see them on there. But an amazing talent, and amazing individual who does a lot of custom work. So shout out to Animal Mother Customs 80 for last year supplying these Christmas Cobra uh, individuals. We have Christmas Coco, we have Major Bloodcracker, and then the two elves. So yeah, but if you want to have your own commission work done, just reach out to him. Once again, Animal Mother Customs 80, and that would be pretty neat if you were to reach out to him. And like I said, you will not be disappointed. Does amazing work. Yes, I brought in the McNastiness, Roundhead, the McNasty. Well, there's all kinds of McNastiness going on over here. In fact, there's some things that are happening over in Toy Town. Did you see last night? So Toy Town has risen from the ashes. Yes, Toy Town has risen from the ashes. If you're not familiar with this, back in October, just a couple of days before Halloween, Lord Blanket came and destroyed Toy Town, leveled it out completely, leveled it out completely. And then out of nowhere, a couple of days ago, we had the former president, Trump E. Bear. You remember Trump E. Bear? Yeah, Trump E. Bear was he was the president of Toy Town a couple of couple months, a couple years ago, right? Well, we had the whole election. It was Coco versus at the time it was Versace Commander. It was the Versace Commander versus Trump E. Bear. Well, right now it's Christmas Coco. But anyways, Christmas Coco being the president right now of Toy Town, and that was a couple of years ago. And throughout the course of everything, and of course, well, it was yeah. You thought that the residents of Toy Town actually had a vote? Yeah, they had their vote even counted and mattered. Elections don't matter. So of course, Coco ended up winning, and ended up winning, and well, he's been the president here of Toy Town. And the things in Toy Town have just gone worse and worse and worse until Lord Blanket came around and destroyed everything. But then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a couple of days ago, Trump E. Bear decides to release some NFTs of Toy Town. Some NFTs of Toy Town. NFTs of Toy Town ended up being, and they ended up all selling out. They sold out completely, and they doubled in price. And out of nowhere, out of the ashes of the NFTs, out of the ashes of whatever. Anyway, the ashes of rubble. Thanks to the NFTs from Trump E. Bear, Toy Town has risen. Toy Town has risen. Toy Town is back, and from what everyone is saying, better than ever. So just continue to follow my Instagram feed and just some other places, and we'll be the Muffin Man. The Muffin Man has nothing to do with anything. Now I'm hungry. Now I'm hungry. And look at this. So we were sitting there talking about Toy Town. All of a sudden, I get distracted about the Muffin Man. Question is I just want blueberry muffins. No, I never understood the whole chocolate chip thing. Well, people do get like the chocolate chip muffins. I mean, to each his own. To each his own. But yes, of course, yes, DSF, the NFT, Trump E Bear back over there. What's going on, Trump E Bear? How you doing? Right? Yeah, I see you've shown back up again, out of nowhere. What do you mean? Oh, It's because of your NFTs the reason why Toy Town is back. Okay, I understand. Well, I don't get it. Listen, I've never understood this whole NFT and crypto and metaverse thing, but if you say so, what do you mean? Right? Well, you're telling me that because they all sold out that you were able to make Toy Town rise out of the ashes. Well, go ahead and just go figure. Go figure that the Trump bear would take credit for the rise of Toy Town because he released some Toy Town NFTs. Anyway, shout out to the Japan TMNT collector. I see that you just popped in there. Once again, we are broadcasting live on Instagram at Sam Newsman on Instagram, at Sam Newsman here on YouTube as well. And yeah, Germ is on probation. That's right. I'm not sure exactly what he was doing last night, starting off the Kaz stream, but I'm sure that it was his fault. It's always his fault when something goes awry. Well, it's never my fault. Why would it be my fault? It wouldn't be my fault because here I am, a broadcast professional. So nothing is ever my fault because here I am doing what I was born to do: set the standard, raise the bar, being the only media puppet doing this on Saturday morning. So, and you ask, well, of course, what are you doing on Saturday morning? Well, right now I'm waiting for Dave to call up because I do have some songs for him. So shout out to the Airbender, Queen Airbender. Is that what it is? We do have a song for Miss Airbender coming up here in this first set. I'm not going to spoil it or anything for all of you, but I am waiting for Dave to call. Let me see. Do I have the phone over here? Hold on. Now I do know that Dave is a busy guy. Dave is a busy guy, but he's calling this week, but he won't be calling next week. In fact, next week, want to get at this out of the way here. Next week will be the Christmas special. It'll be on Christmas Eve. We will be here on Christmas Eve. And one of the things that I want you guys to do is just to make sure that you call into the show and tell me what your favorite Christmas gift was growing up. So then we're going to be taking phone calls throughout the whole show. 804-289-UR90. 804-289-8790. The whole show next week is going to be nothing but phone calls for the most part, getting people to know exactly what their favorite toy was growing up that they got for Christmas. So make sure you write that down. I think that we do have Dave calling in now. So let's see here if we can pick this up. Dave, are you there?
You really want an answer to that?
Well, I mean, you're on the phone, and that's really all that matters right now. I hope you're doing okay. I hope it's been an interesting week for you, but are you doing okay?
It's been interesting, yes.
Well, I'm sure it's been interesting for all of us, because here I am talking about Toy Town just a few moments ago and how Trumpy Bear sitting behind me over here releasing NFTs of Toy Town and then Toy Town rising from the ashes. So it's been quite an interesting week in Toy Town because now Toy Town is back. Speaking of toys and all of that stuff, Dave, what was your favorite gift that you got for Christmas growing up as a kid?
Oh, man, that is quite the question. I mean, I remember I got an Inspector Gadget figure.
Oh, the one from Galoob.
Yes.
Oh man, I still have that one. That's in the museum wing of Toy Town. But yeah, that is an incredible figure. It had the springs that popped in, the neck popped up, and the feet popped out. I had a nice cloth coat. I remember that one. That is a really good figure.
Yeah. Yeah. I got. I remember I got quite a few Lego pirate sets.
Ah, Lego is actually about to build a factory over in Chesterfield County, just on the other side of the river.
Really?
Here in Richmond. Yeah, yeah. So yeah,
Nice.
yeah. Lego is going to be here in Richmond, Virginia. Well, like I said, in Chesterfield County, just on the other side of the river, the good side of the river. People always sit there and say, "Oh, well, the northern side of the river is always better," but it's not. It's always better on the south side. The south side is much better. There's people over on the other side of the river. I'm not really sure what's stuck up there, but they always feel like that they're better than everybody. And of course, people over on the south side are actually pretty cool and chill. So, but just needed to make sure I stated that. So you got pirate sets. You had the Lego pirate sets. You had the Galoob Inspector Gadget. Was there one figure that when you came running down the stairs on a Christmas morning and you opened it up that really blew your mind? You were like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe I got this!" Ah! Anything like that that sticks out?
Uh, well, I don't know.
No. Did you ever get? Did you ever get a U.S. flag or a terror drum? Anything like that? No.
No, my parents did not have that kind of money.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? It's I never got a flag myself. Well, like, just a flag that I would wave around with the old red, white, and blue. But so Dave, here we are, and now I did let everybody know that you'll be out next week because you are a busy individual. But I
Regretfully, yes.
Yeah, but that's okay. That's okay. You will be calling back soon in the future as well. But you were here with us today and you did send me a couple of different things to play. So I do have some things queued up. One of the things that I did want to go over at first is Mr. Magoo's Christmas Carol. Can you talk a little bit about Mr. Magoo and his Christmas Carol?
Well, sure. That, as best as I can tell, that may be the very first animated Christmas special, if not the first animated holiday special.
Oh, really? Well, I had no clue. That is very interesting. I'm not really I did not know that. That well, like the more you know, the more you know. And do you know what year that came out?
I want to say 61, 62.
Oh, wow. Man, so that is quite a while ago. Well, that's pretty interesting. I did not like I said, I had no clue that was the first Christmas animated special, which is really, really cool. Another one is A Chipmunk Christmas. Familiar with A Chipmunk Christmas?
Yeah, well, that was Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Mhm.
I think Chuck Jones did that. I think this was like right before the 1980s Alvin and the Chipmunks show.
Right.
Sort of a transition because at that point they had just been doing reruns of the old, I forget the original. I want to say UPA, I think.
Okay. And that's the, Christmas time. That one,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's yeah. And this was just like I said, sort of a transition between the older Chipmunk style and the new one. I think they had just relaunched Chipmunk Goes Punk
Right?
and trying to capitalize on that. I finally got a chance to listen to the Chipmunk Punk album.
There's a Chipmunk Punk album?
There was, yes.
And is there any now, are they doing a bunch of covers or are these original songs?
Oh no, they're all covers.
So what's the one song that really stands out in your mind?
They do a cover of the Knacks' "Good Girls Don't," and man, that is distressing.
It's distressing. So is that something that you want me to queue up next week, or how about I'll tell you what, we'll queue that up after the holidays. Don't want anybody's ears to bleed
Because
before
again,
Christmas.
you monster.
Yeah, yeah, right. Well, I mean, but it is radio friendly though. All of these songs are radio friendly.
Um, well,
Well, so I need to.
I think at this point we're getting into a matter of taste.
Well, taste is one thing, but you remember we have FCC guidelines that we need to continue
Oh
to.
yeah.
So
Well, I think you could play it, but why?
well, because we want to have everybody's ears bleed just like yours did. I mean, I mean, if your ears were
Fair
bleeding,
enough.
we want to make sure everybody else's ears are bleeding too. But we'll wait till after Christmas before we do that.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. So another thing that I wanted to bring up was Airbender. Airbender has a request in here. Now it is where on earth is Carmen San Diego? Different from the where in the world is Carmen San Diego? Where in the world is Carmen San Diego being a show, a live action show, if I'm not mistaken? That was a PBS or
Yes, that
PBS,
aired on PBS, but
correct?
Where on Earth is Carmen San Diego?
Yep. And
That aired on Fox Kids back in the 90s.
the Where on Earth is Carmen San Diego?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fox Kids. Fox Kids being other shows being Peter Pan and the Pirates, Bobby's World, Eek the Cat. Eek the Cat. I remember.
Yes.
right? So some of those other shows like that. I always was a big fan of Peter Pan and the Pirates. Now you made me think about that. I need to go cue that up somewhere.
Yeah, yeah, that's a thought. I mean, like somebody posted some old Tim Curry lines from that show.
Tim Curry was in that show.
Yes, he was Captain Hook.
Tim Curry was Captain Hook. I didn't. Well,
And
look, you blow my
man, I
mind
tell you,
again.
man, he is giving it like he's going to 11. It's like, dude, you didn't have to go that hard, but that's just kind of the guy Tim Curry was, you know?
Right. Well, I just had somebody in the chat just say Fox Kids is where cartoons go to die.
That is
Oh,
the truth.
oh man, that's great. Somebody else said the terrible Thunder Lizards were on Eek. You remember the terrible Thunder Lizards? I don't remember.
Oh yeah, that was a spinoff of Eek the Cat, I think.
Yeah, okay. All those Fox Kids shows were very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. But so, Where on Earth is Carmen San Diego was a part of that. Now, the last one, of course, that we wanted to go into, and this is your deep dive, your deep cut Dave's deepest cut of them all, is a show called Spiral Zone. Now, I have played Spiral Zone here on the show in the past, but I would like to have a little bit of education here from the Professor Deep Cut Dave, about this show, Spiral Zone. So, can you go into what Spiral Zone is and what it's about?
Okay, well, first it started as a toy line made by Bandai Toys.
Okay. When did that come? When did
Uh,
they come out?
the toy line came out, I want to say about 1985, 86 in Japan.
Okay, so it was around early on in the 80s, or mid early 80s.
Yeah, I think it was intended more as a spin-off or sort of a sideline to Gundam.
Okay, all right. So it does share the same universe or same kind of concept, or
Well, it was intended to be.
ah,
The figures were, well, funny. I never saw them in stores. I only ever saw them like in the catalogs.
okay.
I mean, we're talking 30 points of articulation, cloth uniforms.
What? How big were they?
I want to say 7, 8 inches.
And they had all that articulation and
Yeah,
soft goods as well.
I want to say 8 inches. They could be 12 inches. I don't remember.
Hmm. Well, that's very interesting. So they were very articulated, and they had cloth goods, and they came out in 1985, 86. Yes. But what about the
Well, they came
cartoon
out in 1985 in Japan.
in Japan? Oh,
1987, yeah, 1987, Bandai basically licensed them to Tonka
uh-oh.
to release here in the States. And Tonka talked to, two companies, Atlantic and Kushner Lock.
Okay.
And they in turn licensed it to Visual 80 and ACOM from South Korea to produce a show based on the toys. 65 episodes. Diana Drew Boxford oversaw that.
Okay. And when so that was syndicated. 65 episodes means it was into syndication.
Yes.
And so, what? And this was 1987. You said
September 87 to about December of 87.
65 episodes, and it's gone. Now, is this on DVD or is it somewhere that you can?
Well, I'm told that there was a website like spiralzone.com or whatever.
Mhm.
You could go there and you could actually buy a DVD compilation, and it's like they got the actual masters from the people that worked on the show.
Oh, so legitimate match. So it wasn't just somebody just copying them or from other
Well,
places.
technically they did copy them, but
Right, right.
I mean, apparently it was like, yeah, look, no one's offering, just take it.
Here, just have this. Just pay for shipping. Here you go.
Like,
Just take
get it out of my garage.
it. Yeah, all
But
65 episodes.
yeah, the spiral. I can't seem to. Like I tried clicking on the link and it didn't go anywhere. Like maybe that site's not a safe place to go to anymore. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You can type in, go to Spiral Zone. It'll lead you to another website. So don't want to.
Yeah,
Right. Right.
a different kind of spiral.
A different kind of spiral, indeed. So, do you have any of these figures? The any?
No, never. Like I said, I only ever saw them in catalogs, and I remember they were like I want to say like $10 or $15.
That's now the Japanese ones did they come out with different ones here in the States? The one.
No, no. My understanding is they were more or less exactly the same.
Oh.
Safety standards. I mean, I think like the Japanese figures may have had like real launching missiles or something.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. Launching
But yeah,
missiles.
the show itself, and I was looking at the voice cast. I mean, you got Michael Bell, you've got Neil Ross, Dan. I keep mispronouncing his last name. He voiced Spider-Man and Bumblebee.
Okay. Well, we can just call him Gesundheit. Dan Gesundheit. Right.
But yeah, the show, it was about this evil Dr. Bent.
Dr. Bent?
Dr. Bent.
Like it's bent?
At some point, the guy is applying for a PhD program. Like, just look at his name. If his name can be turned as a pun, maybe you don't admit him.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's like, no, you're not going to make the cut, Mr. Bent. We're not going to give you a PhD or a MD or whatever.
Yeah. But Dr. Bent, well, it starts out pretty ambitious. Basically, Dr. Bent steals a space shuttle and bombards the planets with these giant, like metal pillars, and unleashes a toxic gas which turns people. They don't call them zombies, but they're pretty much zombies.
Gotcha. And then what happens throughout the course of the show?
Well, at this point, the world figures, well, we kind of got a zombie problem here, even though we're not calling them that.
Right.
So we better, better do something about that. So they Commander Dirk Courage.
Well, that's a good one.
That's a name right there.
Yeah.
Does he call around with Yank Justice?
Yank what?
Well, Yank Justice from Bigfoot and the Monster Machine.
Oh, right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All these names, you type these into all Google, I'm telling you what, you definitely won't be getting any cartoons, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. But anyway, Dirk Courage, well, I'll say that it's not a ragtag team of military misfits. They're actually professional people, which is nice. They put on they find a material which isn't affected by the gas. They make themselves some, not quite a Gundam suit, not quite, anyway. They just have enough material, I think, for like 6 suits. So there's only 6 people that can stop them. So they go and they fight and try to free the world.
And the question is, of course, after 65 episodes, do they free the world, or is it left on a cliffhanger that we will never understand and get?
Never saw it, so I don't know.
No, well, there you go. So.
But I mean, some of the writers. I mean, you had Buzz Dixon, you had Gary Conway.
And what else? From Marvel. Okay, I see. So the writing was good. I'm assuming.
Top notch, yeah.
Well, that's always really good. And this is Spiral Zone, that came out in the show came out in 1987 as well, right? So that came out in 1987, and the toys originally came out in 1985 in Japan. 65 episodes, and that was it. But I had someone in the chat saying that sounds sick, like not sick as in like, but like as in really cool. So it's obviously people are listening and they're thinking that, hey, this sounds like it's pretty good. Once again, Spiral Zone, and of course we're going to be playing that here as Deep Cut Dave's Deep Cut of the Week. Now, Dave, we won't be talking to you next week. So with that being said, I hope you have a wonderful holiday, a Merry Christmas, a Happy Kwanzaa, Ramahana Kwanzaa, whatever you're celebrating over there. But want you to just take care of yourself, take care of your family, take care of your friends, and hope that you have an amazing holiday season. And we'll, I guess, talk to you on the other side of the holiday, on the other side of Christmas on the 31st. Now, I want you to think about what your top 2 figures are of 2022. Okay, so think that if you picked up a couple of figures this year, I want you to think about what they are, and we'll talk about those on the 31st. Okay?
Okay, we'll talk about that later.
All right. Well, you have a Merry Christmas, Dave, and you take care of yourself, and we'll talk to you then.
You too, man. Merry Christmas.
Yep, absolutely. Once again, that's Deep Cut Dave coming in with the deep cuts, hot deep cuts. So, anyways, let's get to those deep cuts. Once again, shout out to Airbender with Where on Earth is Carmen Sandiego? And we'll be back, of course, on the other side at the top of the hour. Once again, we are broadcasting live here on Instagram, also broadcasting live here on YouTube. Hit that thumbs up button if you don't mind. Tell all of your friends. Uh, Lone Dragon. Oh man, Animal Mother Customs. Animal Mother Customs just came in. Listen, I did bring in the troops today, so shout out to Animal Mother Customs. If you would like to have a set of figures that are unlike anything else in the custom community, reach out to Animal Mother Customs 80 because he will be able to supply you and commission some of the most amazing custom artwork figures that you will get outside of an actual studio. In fact, you know what? I would sit there and say that Animal Mother Customs are better than any other studio. They're in any any production studio that you get at the store. So, but we will be back, like I said, on the other side of the break here. So just go ahead, set your notifications. We'll be back here at Sam Newsman on Instagram, at Sam Newsman on YouTube, at Sam Newsman on Twitter, TikTok, uh, Facebook, Twitch, all those things. And like I said, we'll be back on the other side of the break here in just a few moments. Going to play some cartoon themes, and we will be opening up the phone lines again. 804 289 UR90, 804 289 8790. Roundhead at a talent show saying, "Where is Carmen Sandiego?" Which is fantastic. I bet your voice rang out like a bell, Roundhead. I bet it did. But anyways, we're gonna get out of here, and you won no less. Fantastic. So, well, all right. Listen, I got to get out of here. I got to play these songs here, or else I'm gonna run out of time. So at Sam Newsman on Instagram, at Sam Newsman on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok. What else? Do we leave anything else out? Anyway, so you know where to find me at Sam Newsman all over the place. We'll be back on the other side of the break here in just a few moments. We're going to play some cartoon themes right now. So broadcasting live from the WDCE studios out of the University of Richmond. You're listening to 90.1 FM from the most trusted puppet in media. Reporting since Roswell, I'm Sam Newsman, and this is Saturday morning.